Now, if you've got a fish pond and you get a whole bunch of weed growing in the fish pond, it's good to not allow that weed to overtake the pond too much, particularly any of the ones that float on the surface. So as the population of the plant increases, it's good just to discard that plant. It's also very important to be careful where you discard the plants, because you don't want to get those plants getting released into any natural waterways, because some plants can actually damage natural waterways and outcompete the native flora and fauna. So you want to just throw it in your garden, or put it somewhere that it's not going to end up in a natural waterway. And what happens is these plants, be it the normal plants or the floating plants, are going to absorb large amounts of nutrients. And so if you're on a regular basis culling out those plants, you're actually helping to reduce the nutrients in the water. And that basically acts like an algae filter. So once again, an algae filter is not really going to have a high function except for when you actually remove the algae. So if you do have fish, you'll find that the fish often breed as well. And then something that's very common for people to do is, if they've got any weed, they'll pull the weed out and then put it in another container. And then often, if there's any fish eggs in those containers, then the eggs will get an opportunity to hatch. So instead of just throwing your plants straight on your garden, or discarding those plants, or taking them back to your local aquarium shop, or whatever you want to do, if you just had an extra container that you can place these plants in with a bit of pond water, then you can actually use that process to breed baby fish. But it's absolutely amazing how such a simple thing as such a tub with some fish in it add a beautiful new point of interest into your garden. And it's all relative to the quality of the food you feed. You really do not want to feed too much food, and you want to feed good quality food. Good quality food and not too much food is the key to having nice, healthy, happy fish. The other thing that's really great too is using the water from the pond to help to water your garden. So even if that just means grabbing a few bucket loads out on a regular basis and just throwing it all over the rest of the plants, then you've got some lovely high nutrient water that the plants can prosper from. So one thing that we highly advise that you do on a regular basis is to grab your phone, make a little video of the situation so we can see what's going on, and bring a little sample of water down to see us at Majestic Aquariums, and then we can advise you on any action that we might suggest you take to ensure that your little fishies are nice and healthy and happy. Because if we can see what's going on and we can test your water, then we can give you some very helpful advice.